This is an intro to ankle manipulation, and we're going to start here by showing you the exam technique first. First thing to do is to standardize the position of the foot so that you can re-examine it correctly afterwards every time. And so what you do is first just palpate where neutral is on the foot by holding two sides of the talus, making sure it's in central position. Then the knee is held fully extended and straight. Lock your knee, Terry. That's it, and that's held straight. And then with the foot in neutral, he dorsiflexes his ankle as much as possible, and you can see how limited that is, not close to the normal 10 degrees of flexion that normally should exist. So the technique for ankle manipulation is to mobilize the fibular head, which will be right here, and then to mobilize the fibular base, which is here. The reason the ankle sticks is because the fibula becomes restricted. And this is how you do that. Several techniques for doing this. First is as follows. Terry, bend your knee, please. Patient is laying in the supine position. Flex their knee. Take your hand and use the thenar eminence and place it directly behind the fibular head, right up underneath. Then you take it to its end range of motion, and you can hold the leg depending on the position you need. If it's a very large patient and you have small hands, you may want to move down here to give yourself more leverage. If it's a small, slight person, then you want to move up so you don't hurt them too much. The one thing you want to make sure is that the knee is not arthritic and can easily flex into full range before you do this. If they can't, there's a second technique, and I'll show you that shortly. So the first thing is to take it to its end range of motion, and then a really quick squeeze, and that's the first part. That's all there is to it. The second is a little bit more difficult. The knee is bent, and this would be the alternative technique to moving the fibular head. The fibular head is located directly here. The common peroneal nerve is right in the fibular notch. You want to avoid that, so you reach above and below the notch. And when you do that, you take your long or middle fingers, reach around and anchor your thumbs over the front of the tibia. And then from this position, all you do is squeeze once tight, and that usually is sufficient to flex that. The second part involves the foot end. The foot's grasped, and then traction is applied to the ankle mortise itself. Thumbs are placed directly over the talar neck, and then from the bottom you can see, move the camera down please, thank you. From the bottom you can see where my hands are located over the calcaneus. Perfect. Now, the easiest thing to do is to hold on and just lean back. You don't want to put a lot of tension on this. You just want to be able to hold it and keep it distended for a while. 30 seconds is usually adequate. Once that's done, the foot is taken to its end field position, and the adjustment is just a hand rotation down where that motion of dorsiflexion of the ankle is going to continue. So it's just like that. And then Terry will flex his ankle again with his knee locked, and the change in range of motion is fairly obvious. And that could be held, patient instructed on proper stretching technique, and then that can be maintained. And that's pretty much manipulating the ankle.